Okay, we are on week 3 of our Dwarf, White Knight, Elf, and Magician game. I got the scoreboard up there, and see the White Knight is ahead. Everybody has done okay card-wise. Now, some of that has to do with we had a storm the first week, so everybody got a point almost, except for the White Knight, actually. But everybody is popping out, 2, 3, 4 quests here. The White Knight is winning prowess and gold, whereas the Dwarf and the Magician have have the treasures. No one has yet learned any spells. I don't think. Did anybody learn a spell? Actually, let me go check. Let's go check. Um. Oh, actually, I should not say that. The elf has learned a spell, so let me update that score. My fault. Let me update that score. Because that's going to give the elf 2 extra points. So he's actually 6. So, but forgive me, since that's probably a little, I'm a little, oopsie. What did we do, sir? Oh, that's what we did. There we go. Okay. So that gives the elf 6 points. So that makes this a lot tighter a race here. So that's good. Okay. So a couple things have changed out on board. Looking over here. A couple things have changed on the board. Beginning of the week, so we got 3 more events. So you'll see Lost Scholar Circus. We also have the Dwarven Smith entrapped in the Lost Castle. The Warlock has moved from the large campfire. He is now lost in the borderland. And we have a bat bounty for a week. If you kill bats, you're going to get a victory point this week, and you're going to get an ear worth $5 to turn it in. Well, folks that were at dwellings got the opportunity to turn in quests or burn them to get new ones. And you'll see down at the bottom here that the White Knight turned in a bunch. It didn't get a great draw. He has Diplomat with Ogres, Ghost Hunter, and Locate Lair. The elf got Troll Slayer. He got Giant Slayer, I think, because he actually used his tiny hut to put the shaman in the woods there, up there. See in the upper corner. The magician has Locate the Altar Survivor and Locate Cairn. He turned in his big game. Survivor's actually a little crappy for him. Like it's get 3 chits wounded and survive. And the answer is light characters don't get wounded. light characters tend to just get killed. So he does need to rethink that. So, what's everyone's strategy here? So I think the dwarf is trying to get Navigator done. He's also, I think, going to shoot for. Oh, and I actually have chits, by the way. The Smith is here, done. And he also wants to go after and grab that Dwarven Smith. There's a couple reasons. One is the victory point, of course. 2 is he's close. 3, you get a weapon enchantment if you can get the Smith. So it says you get a victory point and 1 weapon enchantment, which is a sharpness star. You up the weight of the weapon, or you decrease the time on one of the sides by 1, which could make his great axe freaking awesome. You can flip that bad boy and get an H3. That then becomes even a little better than the Morning Star that the White Knight always goes for. So that's a big deal. He's going for. The White Knight's strategy, his draws were not great, to be quite honest with you. Draws were not great. he could take a day or two to try to learn spells off of the good book. If he learns the spells off the good book, then that's going to pop him a point and a half along with the elf, one spell. If he learns two spells, he can actually take 2 points, push the elf down to 1 point. Since there's always 3 points per category, but you have to score to get it. So he could do that. He's at the order, and he's going to do that for a day. So we're just going to search, which is going to read runes off the book. So that's the White Knight's day 15. That's a good day 15. The dwarf really needs to rest. Dwarf could really use to rest. In fact, let's do that one day just to get some of these shits back into play. All these moves I would put back into play. So that's the dwarf. The elf. Where is our elf? So the elf wants to get. So the elf has to move back. Easy enough. He was originally trying to get to the Lost Scholar. He has a blowgun for a tremendous creature, so he would love to see a tremendous creature appear. Although he'd also love to just kill a giant, since he has Giant Slayer. He was also going to grab the Scholar and quickly pop him here. Are we going to get anything for Roar? No. Roar is... So Roar is up there on a 1. We're only going to get it on a 4. So, okay. Dank is not going to bring a tremendous spider. So I'm not super jazzed about my chances. And this guy flipping becomes a hassle. I will say that much. That is the danger there. He is a shitty flip for the elf. But we're going to do this anyway. So we're going to try this. So we're going to go back to 5. So we're going to move to 5. Deep Woods 5. We are going to hide. We are going to hide again. Actually, then we're going to move back to the valley. Assume we're hidden. Then we're going to spell X, and we're going to spell. So we're going to turn the valley gray. Hopefully we'll be hidden. We'll turn the valley gray. Then we'll kill that guy. So the magician, I have $2 left. I could definitely try to hire my last guy here. But I don't know that I care. What are we trying to do? Locate the cairn. Well, that's... Okay, we are going to try to locate the cairn. Because it's right there. And the altar is also close, and we have both of those. Survivor, he's going to burn, because that is dumb. So what we're going to do is... And we're not far from... So, okay. So we're not super far from the whatchamacallit. So what we're going to do is we're going to hire, search. We'll see if we can get Rogue 5 or 6 done. We're also going to pop this black book once just to see. And because, again, there's the elf getting all those points offends us. We have the black book. So we got all kinds of things, opportunities here, and I hate to see those go to waste. So that's our day 15. And looks good. Looks like we need a monster roll. See what that monster roll looks like. It is a 3. So goblins, octopus, etc. Move the day marker to 15. Do we have a bounty? We do not have we don't have a bat bounty marker or anything. We just know that with this, through this week. So good enough. So let's get the White Knight first. Then we'll get the elf, and then the magician and the dwarf. So White Knight is first. The White Knight is reading the good book. I love when I hate to say I do love. So what the good book has is 2 type 7s and then 2 type 1s. All right. So 2 type 7s, 2 type 1s. I'm actually going to take this deck down here while we do this. And then I'm going to grab, oopsie, a type 1 bag right there. Okay, so let's see how this all goes. Oops. Use a type 7 bag too, presumably. Okay. So let's roll for the White Knight. He has no benefits to, no bonuses to doing this. I'm simply hoping he doesn't get cursed, if I'm to be quite honest with you. Although it doesn't matter really as much. So he gets to awaken this one. So what we're going to do is, so strangely enough, I suppose we could just shuffle and draw him. Can I? Well, let me see. So if I search it, are they all in random order? Well, they are all in random order. Okay, that's cool. Let's close that and let's shuffle the hell out of them. And let's get ourselves a type 7. Now, there are type 7s on the board, potentially, but we don't know that. So normally I would just roll. And that's sort of how we've been doing it. In this case, all the spells are in here, so we are just going to draw one. We got Wisp Warrior, which is an any, so that's sort of cool. And let me up the size of that thing. And so that's the on the bottom now. I can sort of delete that. Oh, and you know what? I didn't need to make it any bigger than that card, actually, for now. We'll leave it at the size of that card. There you go. So that's the type 7 that's on the bottom there. That's the first search. Put him over there for now. Get these dice. Let's keep the luck going for the night. Oh, a curse. Well, okay. A 4. An ill health. Target cannot rest. Okay, done. So that's the second. This is the third. 4. Awaken spell. Shuffle. Draw. Gravity control. So we're going to take that, delete that one. Excellent. And this is the last. Oh, another curse. But it doesn't matter. We're going to end our day at the whatchamacallit. Disgust fame is worthless. So there you go. So what we got is these guys are here. These guys are cleverly sitting on top. We're going to take the whole thing and we're going to put that back in the book for now and done. So well, actually, you know what? We don't need to put it up here. Screw that. We have the damn good book. So we know where it is. It is right here under the book. Oh, fudge. I have no. Oh, I don't really want to see that, but it doesn't matter because that's the good book get shoved in there. Yes, it did. I just use these as markers effectively. I pick the whole thing up there. I'll put it there, and I'll put the good book over it like that. So there you go. Good enough. Like I said, I use the cards as markers, and then we draw the spell. So his day is over. Does anyone appear at the no one appears at the chapel because the company is out, or the patrol is out and about already. What's the elf got? So the elf goes here. I believe our elf hides, and then he's going to move back in and try to enchant. So let's get a hide roll for our elf. Tell me it succeeds, and it does. The elf is then going to burn this guy, and then and with a ritual there. And then this gets unlocked and flipped. Bam! And we got gray everywhere. Done. So the elf is done. I do like that elf as enchanter kind of thing. That's a good look for him. 4. We're going to hire 3 times. So we're looking to hire. So we've got 5 on the payroll. These 2 are equivalent. We're going to hire 6 just for giggles. We are friendly. We're looking for a 3, a 2, or a 1. We have 3 hires. 1, 2. No, we're not going to get it. No, we did not get it. So price times 3 is not going to cut it. And these guys are both going to go away. Now the nice thing is, by go away, I think they just we're at the end. So that's weirdly gratifying to see them go back to their mates. And then you know what? The magician's like, oh, I'm gonna read some book too. So he's gonna read the black book. And I think the magician gets a -1. No, yes, -1. So he can potentially make a mess of everything here. So but hey, such is life. So there you go. So there is, and also much like let's do the type 8s here, and maybe the type 5s. And what I ought to do is, but I didn't do it. I would just put these out, like once we start digging into them, right? Then that way, okay, yes, I hear you. And then that way we know that those spells are taken and gone. Okay, and I will do that. Okay, so read runes. We get a -1 to this roll, which is both awesome and shitty all at the same time. It's good in this case because we're going to awaken this and learn it. So this type 8, where is it? Type 8, shuffle up. And draw. Reverse power. Oh. I mean, okay. Delete you. Move y'all up. So the black book has reverse power in it. And we learned reverse power. So I'm actually going to copy this. Oopsie daisy. And paste it. And put it in my learned spells right there. So that's cool. So we're going to put that right there to note that we learned it. But that's it. That's his day, essentially. So we're going to do this just like this. We're going to take that, put it here for now, just to know that we got that. And the magician is done. So he's learned a spell. So that's awesome. And then finally, we got our dwarf. The dwarf would like to hide and rest. So the dwarf is going to hide. 2 dice out here in the open, so he does hide. He is going to rest 3 times. I think we're going to rest. There's no real need for. We're going to do this, and that. And he is done. But now we got to see if he draws anything. He's the one actually that I'm sort of worried about, right? Blue squares, nothing, 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 nothing. Everybody else is, except for the elf, is at a dwelling. So let's see. The magician's going to get rid of Survivor because that sucks for him. And the White Knight is going to get rid of Ghost Hunter because that's going to suck for him once the elf kills that last ghost. So we get a tiny hut and armorer. Also shitty for the magician. Armorer. And the White Knight gets a tiny hut. And we'll just do that. I won't even in a valley. So he's actually going to just place a guy. We're just be done. The crone gets to live in a valley. Done. So crone is there. Does he hate the crone? He doesn't like the crone. I mean, doesn't matter. He'll put her there anyway. The only other thing to do would be put her miles away, effectively. But he doesn't need to do that. He's good to go. And so he's going to burn that one, and he'll get another one. But that's unfortunately tomorrow. He has to wait. So let's save that. Save that. We note that the magician got a spell. So that matches the elf's spell. Oops. Okay, if I could type, we'd be in great shape. So the elf is going to end up with 5.5, I think, 5.5 points. And our magician kicks all the way up to 7. Because again, there's 3 points in the category. These guys are tied. So that's actually a big shift in points for the magician, who then shoots up to 2nd place. The elf drops again to last. So I bought a new rye, a Monongahela rye. I hope it's not water from the Mon. I don't think it is. But it's like a Pennsylvania, right? So I was like, it's rye. It's not super expensive. We'll see how it tastes, but I'm hydrating beforehand. So. All right, I like that. That was a good day 15 for the team here. But now we have a combat for the elf, and this combat is risky a little bit still. But what we're going to see is he's going to play a fight, flip the bow, flips it right there, plays a fight to shoot the bow. He's got to roll on 1 die a 4, 3, 2, or 1. 2, ghost is dead. Doesn't matter what happens then otherwise. If he flips and doesn't kill him, then the ghost can cause him some trouble. So the elf gets another 2 prowess. That's really a not super sexy total. But now he has the place to himself. And then he is going to continue the combat, and he's going to cast Veil Walker, which allows 1 move phase. So he gets the first move phase he takes in this valley. So he gets to walk the woods. Super powerful spell. But again, getting it off is a little bit of a hassle. And I think so that makes our move tomorrow an extra hide. He's going to move Valley 5, which is walk the woods, and then he's going to move to the Scholar and pick up the Scholar. He's going to find that lost Scholar. So I think that's his move. I think the dwarf is reasonably happy now with his. So he's going to hide and search and rest once. He's going to slowly get these chits back, I think. Still. The White Knight has not learned a spell, but he's awakened 2 spells. His curses are removed, by the way, at the end of the day, because he's literally at the chap. I think he's going to do that one more day, because again, getting that spell is it's a I don't even know what to say. It is a 1.5 point shift, pretty much, between him, the elf, and the magician. He'll get a point. Those two will be docked 0.5 point each, because they'll be sharing the 3 points. So I think that's good. And it's not super often that the fighter gets to dink with the mages like that. And yes, we're doing it. Having said that, I still think we need to. So now that we've ditched our 2 guys here, I'm not so sure. I mean, especially because I would love to get a couple spells to cast. I think we're just going to do it. We're going to pop all those bad boys. We have not yet been cursed. Is that the same size? God, I don't even know. It's hard to tell, really. Oops, jeez. I think we might have upped that one too many. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's close enough. I tried to make them about the same size as the cards, and then whatever. So be it. What I ought to do is I ought to put snap points over here, but I don't want to mess up the board. So anyway, okay. So that's what the magician's going to do. He's going to search 3 times. So I think we have moves for day 16. As everybody, watch me for 5 minutes obsess over placement of the spell card thing. It's a little weird, but okay. 5, spiders and imps. Cool. We can deal with spiders and imps. And what is the order of play today? It is the magician, elf. Actually, what we should do, let's make sure. Hold on. Let's put these in and let's shuffle these bad boys. Magician, elf. I didn't. And there you go. The magician is doing what we said. He's going to pull that next type 8 out of there. 5, so he's going to awaken it. But he's not going to learn it. So let's get us a type 8. Let's shuffle and draw a type 8. He gets dual. So let's grab this thing here. It is. So we get the 2, 5. So this 8 goes away. Reverse power, dual is underneath that. And that's our first roll. This is our second roll of 4, 3. He learns and awakens this black spell. So we're going to shuffle this deck. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Delete that. Oh. Okay, let's do this again. Get a type 5. We'll drop the bag there. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Draw. All right. Ancient Pact. So that is a learn. So we're going to copy that card and paste that card. Okay, so he pays a gold, chooses a goblin from any active stack to come to his aid. So it's a summon goblin, right? He has to pay a gold. That's the pact. But that also goes under this pile. So the first one he didn't learn, he just awakened. The second one he learned. And then this is the third one, and he also learns that. Cool. Shuffle. Draw. Ask Demon. So that's going to go on the bottom, but we will copy this first and paste it second so that we can indicate that we've learned it. And then this all goes on top. We delete that whole thing. I don't really know the best way to sort of manage all that. There you go. So we're going to do it that way. And we'll put him here. And then we'll just start lining up. These are just so I can read them. Like the size doesn't really matter. It's just so I can read the damn cards. So from a distance, as it were. Ah, no. Get back in there. Want to grab you both. Okay. Let's go up to type 6 here, and we'll just put these right there. Okay? And there you go. So we will figure that out in a minute. So he has kicked the heck out of the universe here. He's learned 3 spells. Not cursed, so bonus. I wish there was a make same size. That would be cool. Be a nice feature. Can you pick a thing and then shift pick a thing? No. So that's another thing which would be a nice feature, I suppose. Okay. So we got the black book, which he can cast 4 spells out of it. The one he didn't learn. So I can search that deck. One he didn't learn was Duel, which is an 8 any. Target 2 team monsters the same, clearing. They can only target each other and fight. You can ask a yes or no question. He blocks battle you normally, but there's optional. You can sacrifice to wound a chit. And then the other optional is you may look at the next 10 quest cards in the deck. Swap any cards you have in your hand for the ones you saw. So that is actually the main use of that in this game. It is very powerful if you can then sort of futz the deck to your advantage. So, all right. I mean, I think that's it. That's it for the magician. So sorry about that. That took a long time. The elf is hiding, walking the woods, and then grabbing the scholar. So let's flip him to his unhidden side. Oh, and the other thing is, did anyone appear at the inn? I don't think anybody else can appear at the inn. So magician's good. He hides. He walks the woods. He goes in to the scholar, who then jumps on him and is his follower now. Bones and Slither. I do not think either of those hit. So that's good for the elf. Now he just needs to bring that scholar back for the point. White Knight. Has 2 type 1s now to deal with. He hasn't learned any of these. He awakened both of them. Let's see if... Although, yeah, he can't learn these actually, but he has to go through them anyway. So let's see if we can get super lucky and roll some curses. One, that's one curse. He is ashes. Gold is worthless. Okay, so that's the first one. This is his second attempt. It's a failure. I think it's a nothing. Yeah. Third attempt is a curse. Disgust. Fourth attempt. Jeez. Well, he is having quite the time of his life. Oh, is nothing. Ugh. Well, I do not know. He would literally be trying to. So at this point, the magician's going to have 2 points. The elf's going to have 1 point. He's now just fighting for half a point. I'll be totally honest. I think at that juncture, maybe he just doesn't care, right? At that juncture, maybe you just go, well, that was cool. I'll put these all. Jeez, that is not what I wanted to do, but okay. Let me search that deck for the good book. Pull it out. There you go. Flip you. There you go. That's what I sort of wanted to do. Maybe you just sell the damn thing now. And you walk out because it's not doing you a bunch of good now at this point. And I mean, he could try it again, but that's another whole day, and you're now looking at a half a point because the magician, 100% is going to win that. I don't think anybody's going to learn, three spells or whatever. So okay, dwarf time. So the dwarf is hiding once. He fails. He is going to search because he wants to find this path. He finds it, and that's 5-2. Perfect. Because that way he can use his. So that's his second a navigator. So let me do navigate and put 2 X's because he's found 2 paths. Nav 2. And the last one can be an insta hit. So that's perfect. That's exactly what he wanted to happen. But it's spiders and imps. So we are looking for the cairn. He's dead, though. I don't think he's up and about. Yeah, he's gone. So we don't get anything. All right. I think that's the whole day. Does anyone appear at the inn? No. And in both, I hate to say this, but for both of these, so I am going to retcon because I keep forgetting this because I'm not being super clever. We're going to have rested both these, and he's going to have that back also. Just because he should have been doing this. Having said that, I do have to decide whether he's going to continue this. Let's see what he gets. He gets sacrifice. Take a large treasure, sacrifice it at the altar, shrine, chapel, rift, monastery. So I like it, and he sacrifice. But I do think he is done sitting here. I think he is done. Like he's a man of action. And so what we're going to do is we're going to execute one trade phase. We're going to sell the good book, get the $10, right? And so then the weird play would be, okay, So then the weird play would be you could hire the guy from the order. You could hire the dude from the order, and you'll probably get him for ×2. You could get him for ×3. And that really I mean, yeah, that's a killer. You can kill a lot of shit with it. Having said that, I don't know that that helps the White Knight. Right now, the White Knight has to locate the lair. Don't know where that is. The White Knight has to find ogres. That's sort of a bum rap. I mean, the ogres could be here. That would suck. In fact, I'll tell you what. In fact, we will have burned that. We'll turn that card in then at the end of the day. Now he has Diplomat for Goblins. So that's what he drew. So there you go. That's a little easier simply because he doesn't have to go crowding around in woods. So I think that was a good call for him. So the next day, we want to locate the lair. So where possibly is the lair? The lair could be in this mess, the cavern. The lair could still be in the crag. That's it. So, and then you also want a large treasure that's sacrifice, and that's bring a large treasure back to the chapel and turn it in. And though that sucks, he would get essentially a VP, and then he would get a boon, which is to copy one of his chits, and he gets that chit. He levels up a little bit there. And you might not. I mean, hiring the guy is not necessarily like it. He's not like the captain in that it's this critical thing where you're unlocking a lot of things you couldn't fight before. This does protect him against actually the main danger are goofy little things like bats and stuff that he can more easily deal with. There's a bad bounty, so that's good to know. There is the Lost Warlock. Also good to know. So I'll do a trade. I will do 3 hires. There you go. Oh, and my trade will also sell. So I could sell a lot of this shit. So this is 4. So that's going to be $14. So that's $30. What did I forgot what I indicated these were. I think this is $2, $3, $4, I think is what we called them. So if we sold all of this, that's 9, 13, 23. 23, that would put us at 39 gold. Yes. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to trade the farm away. So all this extra shit, which is great for him, by the way, trade it all away. We hire the knight. We move out tomorrow, straight out into the borderland here, and we'll grab the warlock. We'll drag him back. We'll head straight to the cavern. The knight is going to mitigate all the danger of traveling around in the dark for us. And then we're going to hit this hard and try to find the lair and try to find a great treasure, a large treasure to sacrifice. So we got the White Knight strategy pretty much for the game, as it were. So the dwarf's going to try to get Navigator done, and he's going to try to get to the Dwarven Smith. That's his goal right now. So he's going to hide, and then hide again, and then move to where the dragon is. And then he will search once. Done. And he's going to use guide to do it. So he's not even going to actually roll. He's just going to pop that without a search. That'll give him Navigator. He will instantly then get 3 more. which I don't know that he needs, but we can look in the map and see. So we got his short-term goal. The elf's short-term goal is now just to, I think, get this scholar done. Get him out. Get him done. And to that effect, we're just going to, I mean, I hate to say, so the question is there any reason to go? So what's the elf have? He has locate the horde. Do we know where the horde is? I do wish there was some way to track these better. Like this is one of those where I go, I have made them bigger in the past just to more easily read them, but you still have to find them. I mean, that's not a. Plus, I hate sometimes when I make the chits bigger, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know why, but it's like a weird. What are you doing, man? I'm making the chits bigger? You allowed to do that? So what do we got here? I don't think the horde's out. So again, the elf has the same conundrum as the white knight. Is where could it be? If it's in the crag, I think we're all boned because I don't know, go to the crag. Because we can either. So our goal is either to go here and then walk to here. Or the goal is to cast Veil Walker again and just pop right back up there. And then get to the crag, I suppose. I don't love it. I don't love either of these. And he has Giant Slayer and Troll Slayer, but he also has the circus thing going. So, yeah, I don't know. Neither of these are great. So this is going to take a day, 2 days, 3 days. But you're going to score a point. And then you might get this guy to pop, in which case he could be your circus buddy. That's clunky. He might. Right? Okay, so whatever. We're gonna do X hide and then move, and then you're back in the valley. The valet, presumably. So that's his move. I don't have a good strategy for him. I think he's done with the black book, frankly. I think we are done. We are not cursed, so that's bitchin'. We are trying to locate that damn cairn. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're just going to walk to Evil Valley 5. Move. Valley Evil 5. And we are done. And remember, this is a time 0 chit to cast either of these spells. Totally useless. Also reverse power, weirdly enough. Again. I mean, these aren't the best. Like, if he got, like, a drain life, that's a winner right there. This demon is not terrible, but you have to have a demon. You're literally casting on a demon. So I think we have day 17s on everyone. And that's true. Maybe he heads to the altar to cast Ass Demon on a demon. So we got day 17 ready to roll here. So let's get a monster roll out the door. Oh, wait, did we have a... No, we did not have any monsters out. We're spending a lot of time in... Oh, and bats. Well, the bounty... Bad bounty coming our way. And we have the magician first. We have a white knight and a dwarf and an elf. So the magician has an easy move. Boop, and he's done. So he just pops all around to there. The White Knight is trading. So I love this. This is fun. So we're going to take all of these things. All of them. So like that. And we're taking the good book and all the spells. So we'll just take the good one. We will take these, and I'm just going to, I don't know what I'm going to do with it right now. I'm just going to put them in there. How's that? Done. So we're going to take the good book and all this stuff, and 2, 3, and 4. So that's 9. That's 13. That is 23 gold. And we are going to sell it to our buddies, the Order, who I don't think we even have to deal with, right? I think they'll buy everything from us. So that's an easy 23 bucks to the Order. And done. Let me record my $23. So he's winning the gold race for sure. But now we're going to hire the top order guy. And the top order guy is $8. And we do take a -1 to this. So that's a 3. Price times 2. So for $16, we can get him to the end of the game. So we're going to do that. And so that becomes a 7. And then we hire this lad here. And that is a stout and sturdy knight for sure. And the reason is because that warhorse is a beast. The warhorse is a little bit silly. It is a tremendous armored warhorse. Now I will say the knights. Oh, and here we go. We can do this now. So we're going to copy this chit because that is one thing. Let me put this here. That this is wrong. I'm not sure exactly why that's there like that. But these knights are not tremendous in armor. They are heavy in armor. So we'll try tremendous. Let me attach this and just drag that onto there. Done. And so now this knight chit is actually heavy. So that makes me feel a lot better. Because so there you go. He's a heavy knight. That 5 means nothing. So keep that in mind. But he has a heavy vulnerability and armored. His horse is tremendous though. So he is a badass. And we don't need to do any more higher. We could have done more higher phases. We'll take the 16 just to be sure. What would he have rolled if he rolled twice more? So he'd have blown it, and then he would have blown it again. See, so he took the right price. And then tomorrow we're going to head out and just kick the crap out of the universe here. So the dwarf is hiding. Hope he does. He does. He walks down here because there's going to be a lot of bats in this hex in a little bit. So he walks down into the dragon and he searches and pops guide. So he burned guide. He finds the last of his things that he needs there in the cliff. His navigator is fulfilled. Oops. Ah, jeez. Bashkar's neutral. Navigator is fulfilled. And he gets to cross off 3 more of these widgets here. I think he's going to cross off Cavern 5-3 and 1-4. So Cavern 1-4 and 5. So those are 2, and we'll do Borderland. And we'll do Enchanted Borderland. So that's it. So he is done with that. That is his day. But let's see what appears. Smoke is nothing, but the 2 flutters are going to bring bats to both clearings 1 and 2. So let's go drag this bad boy over. And they come in order. So 1 gets the 1, and 2 gets the 2 bats. And that's going to complicate our plans a tiniest bit, because now we got dudes there. The elf is 1, 2. So he just walks out. He does hide. Doesn't matter, we're in a valley, really. So, and the ghosts are dead. If the ghosts were here, it would have mattered. So we are done with the day, and the only thing we have to check here is this fight. Oh, and we got to make sure we roll a die, because he is badass now. So I think we are going to... This isn't a great fight for the dwarf. No doubt about it. Having said that, we are hidden. We're going to take our freebie shot. We are going to ready our weapon and flip this guy like that. We're going to use that shit just because it's there and see if we can't get our 33% chance. If not, we're going to have to fight him for real. He goes to here, and then does he flip? He does flip. So, second round, we are fighting. Our weapon is a 4. We only need to do heavy damage. So no one fatigued last round. We are going to play to fatigue this round, because this is round 2. We will flip this bad boy 2. So he goes back down there again. Does he flip? He does not flip. So we are done, but we do have to fatigue. I'm going to fatigue... I'm going to fatigue a move T6. Now, the nice thing about the dwarf is you could fatigue moves all day. Unlike the white knight, it's weird. So this is round 3. We're good. We don't have to fatigue, so we're not going to play this. We're going to play this. It's a 4. He comes right up there. Does he flip? Oops. He does. It don't matter. So we're tied. We hit first, because we now have the longer weapon. We kill that guy. He is done. There is no more fatiguing today. We have killed that guy. We get 5 more prowess. So we're up to 20. He goes in the dead dragon pile like that. And we have cleared that for us. And we are done. And that is the day. Oops. We are coming to day 18. So on day 18, I mean, I hate to say it, the dwarf is going to hide twice. He's going to move up into the... I don't know which hex that is. That is 6. I should check that. Going to move to 6, because that's what he can do. And he's not going to rest. He's going to hide, because that's more important to stay away from those bats, really. 1 bat you can probably deal with. Well, the problem with 1 bat is he still hits you. So 1 bat is not good. The dwarf don't like the bats, for sure. So the dwarf does get a card, because he burned guide. He gets rescue. Ooh, that's intriguing. So he needs to pick a hex he's not in with a monster, which really is only this guy right now. And he could put a dude in there, so he's not going to do that. He's going to hope that some monsters appear. So that's what the dwarf is going to do. White Knight is heading directly into... No, directly into the borderland, I think. He's going to pick up the Warlock. So he is going to move. And he might just do that. Now, hidden, he's way better off. He could pull serpents. If he pulls serpents, he's getting another one. So 3 serpents sucks. I think he's just going to do it. I think that's. I don't think that's a terrible move right now. He's got he's got his guy to cover one. I think we can manage this. So we're going to pop in there real quick, one moment, and try to get back out as soon as possible. So that is his day 18. The elf's day 18 is going to have to do with he's going to hide and then move to 6. So extra hide and move, move and move into cliff 6. So he is trying to, heck, he could beat the damn dwarf there, and he can deal with the bats better than the dwarf can, unfortunately. Although the bats can trap and kill the elf. And then that leaves our magician friend, who is trying to get to the cairn. So the magician is going to hide twice, move to the snakes, and then move to the cairn is his goal. So he is done. So we have day 18s for everybody. And let's make a monster roll and see what comes up. This is important. Serpents is bad for the knight, which is what we get. And we are good to go. So let's see. We got the dwarf, and then the knight, magician, and so on. So the dwarf is going to hide twice. Oops, he rolls one die. Does. Boop. Goes up there. Serpents and demons. Well, yep. Bam. So there you go. We got it all now. We got every possible thing occurring, right? We got a demon, we got a smith, we got a bat. The whole universe is there. But that's it. That's our move. The White Knight is going. The White Knight makes the ill-advised move into the Warlock's place. So he picks him up because he ended a phase there. These guys appear, and unfortunately, this guy also appears. So that was probably a bad call. Let's see how it goes. He's got two followers. Magician is hiding 2 times. He fails once. He succeeds once. He goes 1, 2. And that is going to drag our guy onto him. So again, interesting how this all goes. And then the elf stumbles in. The elf hides once. He blows it. And then pops to here. So the elf is unhidden. Of all the characters, it's the elf that's unhidden. And now the demon shows up on their thing. So, okay. That was an eventful day 18. So let's see who we got here. The elf has a blowgun. It's so nothing is uber and ready. So that is the one thing. We do have that going for us. We have to. So the blowgun, if you remember, is a nothing on its unalerted side, and on its alerted side, it is a T3. It is only for knocking this guy out. This guy will then come with us, and make it hard for us to hide, and we have to drag him back to the circus. So we do have that going for us. In the meantime, I'm gonna guess we run just because yeah, just because it's not the best situation for us. We might be able to kill him. In fact, that's great, but he might also power the pit the hell out of him. So the elf then has to run out of that clearing. The dwarf is left with a little bit of a conundrum. Which is you either have to hide or you have to fight this guy. You can't auto hit him no matter what. I think we're going to stay here and not fight him because I think that we only roll one die to hide, so we might get lucky. So we're just going to do that. So we're going to sit there, and I think that's it. And we now go to our slightly less certain of his future white knight. So we've got these three guys. I need to copy this chart and paste it. Because we got our two fellows here. So let's look at these. So this guy can hit and he tremenduses you. But if he doesn't hit, which he's a 4, so this guy could just dink with him in the meantime. Or you got this guy who, again, 4 doesn't necessarily line him up. So I think so in the encounter step, we play him on this side. We flip him to the galloping on this side. And maybe he just lures our, guy, right? So maybe he lures him. Because on this side, sure, if he can hit him, do light damage and flip, but then he'll do tremendous and kill it. And we always play so that the encounter step, because you only play once on the galloping side. We will play on the melee step, we will play the galloping side. So H5, he's never going to get... that's a rough haul. Right, because he's not auto hit, but if he's hit at all, he is sort of done. And these are heavy serpents. If they flip there, we're still effed, actually. This guy is not a good fight for these dudes. That's not a good fight for him. On the first round, however, I think it's safe to lure, right? Because in the first round, it's going to be weapon length is the kicker. So no matter what happens, it's weapon length. If we line up, he is dead. And then we take the third one. Because on that side, we can get our armor damage, though, so that sort of sucks. Now, we are not hidden, so that is the problem. All right, we are not nothing. You are jacked. You did not hide because you didn't think that was a good idea. So we're going to not take an auto hit. So there you go. So that's, I think, our first round. This is the only fight that I'm not as concerned about. The rest of these, I think, are bad. And then it just goes from bad to worse, right? So ideally, we want to get one of these guys killed this first round. Not one of our guys, one of the snakes. So, first dude, where does he go? 1. So he lines up. These two switch. Remember that weapon length is key first round. He doesn't flip. Perfect. So first round, our attack of 6. hits this guy, and kills him. That's the first serpent killed in the day. Second dude, I think we want him to line up. Where does he go? 2, so he doesn't line up. He goes down here. He doesn't flip because he's a dude. We go against this the warhorse here, and it misses, and he misses. Everything misses. Done. Down here, I think we 1, 2 line up again. 3, no lining up. He goes here. Does he flip? He does not flip. So done. I think we are going to keep it exactly like this for now. So, no one on the White Knight's page. So the White Knight does not have to play a move this round. And he can play this to flip this to heavy 3. And now we can play whatever to actually wield it. So now we are ready with an H3. So we can play there. If he flips, we hit him. If he doesn't flip and he lines up, we kill him. So that's what we're going to play, just like that. So let's see what this guy's... he lines up. He doesn't flip because he's tremendous, so ignore that roll. So he hits first. Bam, he does light damage, which does nothing to the horse, but he picks this guy up. But then he hits with tremendous force and kills him. Second death. Down here. 3. He switches to there. Does he flip? He does. So, my H3 attack undercuts, goes first and undercuts this serpent and kills him. And we have slain the 3 serpents. Oh, I love hirelings. Love them. That is worth 4, 18, 30. 30 more notoriety, which is prowess, right, if you recall. So he is not losing that anytime soon. He is in good shape there. And I think that's it. That's the day. So the question is, for day 19, what do we think we're doing? Well, oops. Our dwarf needs to hide. If he doesn't hide, he's screwed anyway. So he then also needs to, he might as well rest. Then he's going to move to the smith. So you might as well do what you can, and then we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to make the move. So we are going to go move back to the chapel, and that will score the lost warlock, we hope. So we are done there. The elf has to move out, so he moves. So he's going to end up there. He's going to use his extra hide. And he's going to move back to the demon. Done. And then the magician is in the cairn. He's exactly where he wants to be. I think he would love to... So we do need to get our ducks in order here a little bit. So we need to rest once. So we're going to hide, rest once. We are going to... Oh, God, we need to rest. Spell X and spell. Don't love that. That type 6 is only doing that. If bats appear, we do have a type 7 chit ready to roll, which is what we will. So we're going to alert a type 7, I think. That's important. And I think we are done. So I think we have all of our day 19s up and ready to roll. Done. Let's get it rolled here. So a lot of serpents dead. I don't know about goblins and all that, but serpents got killed. It's a magician first. I don't think actually anything's going to prowl, but we'll see. So the magician is going to hide because he's got to hide. He doesn't, so that's intriguing. He's going to rest twice, so that's going to bring the 6 and the 4 back. He's going to spell X and spell the 4. Done. He alerts the 7 just in case it was bats today. It is not bats today, but nothing appears today. So he is done. Warlock, he pops back with the Warlock. So he just comes on back. The Warlock now takes up residence there. We get +1. He is now. What is he with the Warlock? He is friendly with the Warlock. So we're going to mark the Warlock as friendly. So the White Knight's going to score an extra point there. I don't think anything can appear because I think everything is out and about that can appear on a 3 for at the chapel. I mean, he's done. Dwarf has to hide. He rolls a die. We are hoping that it is. He does a double move up. He has to rest too. So he will rest once and then do the double move up. Not a big fan of the bats still. We'll see how that goes, I think. And the elf moves. He hides. He does. And he moves back in now with the hidden scholar. So he is on top of that demon. So we have, and nothing appears. So it is certainly quiet as far as new monsters coming. And now we got some fights here. Is the elf going to try for this demon? Or does he try? So the demon doesn't help the elf otherwise. He's not getting anything special for killing him. The demon will make it harder to hide because he has a +1 to hide the whole time. He squeaks like when he's captured. He doesn't fight for him or anything like that. We can auto hit him because we can. And yeah, I think we're going to do it. So we're going to, yeah. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we ready the blowgun. That becomes a time 3. We hit the blowgun. He auto knocks him out. So there's not a roll or anything like that. It is a KO. So we have the demon as a buddy. So we have, we have captured the demon. We have a +1 hide penalty. Demon to the circus. So we'll even write that down below. So now we have demon to circus to score. So to score, we've got to get the demon to the circus. And that's his day. And the dwarf has to decide about the bat. Just going to take 1 damn hit, but otherwise we just take a bunch of wounds. So readying this matters not a whole bunch at all. So there you go. There's our thing. Let's just hope for the best. 2, so he goes here. Does he flip? sort of hope he does. He does flip. And there you go. So now we are not hidden. That's the first round. Nothing happened. Second round, we have to play to fatigue. We did. He will not auto hit us, which is sort of nice. 4, he lines up. Perfect. 5, he doesn't flip. He hits us. Well, we missed, so here we go. He hits us first, because he does. We damage the helmet, and he wounds us. We are going to wound a move H6 for now, and we will figure that out in a minute. And then we kill him for 3 points. And we get a bat bounty, ba-bam. So bounty. And we have a bat ear. It's 5 gold at a dwelling. And we have 1 of them. So we scored our 3 points. We scored our victory point for the bat bounty. Oops. Let me put this. Go. Man, I cannot play the keyboard at all today. And, you know, frankly, that was not a bad move for the dwarf then. That kicks the dwarf another point. He is prowessing. He's not going to catch the white knight, though, I don't think. So, whatevs. And he gets a bad bounty. So he could go to a dwelling right here and turn that in for $5. And we are done. Is there any more fights today? There are no more fights today. I think that leads us to day 21. Or day 20, I'm sorry. So on day 20, I think we hide and we search for the cairn. I think our extra alert phase will still be the 7 for the bats. Because if the bats show up, I want to be able to pop those dudes. I want to pop those dudes with control bat. So we are done. The magician is ready to roll. The white knight. So the lost warlock is resolved. We take that off the board. Lost scholar is still freaking lost. Well, he's with the elf, actually. So let's check out the dwarf. So the dwarf is going to hide and then search 3 times. Because he's trying to locate the lost city. That will get the dwarf. He can locate the altar. Maybe he gets some treasure out of this whole thing. It is a really, really good deal there. I don't think anybody has an H3, so that's sort of going to suck a little bit. So we will have to figure out how to indicate that our axe is enchanted. Although I'm counting my chickens before I'm hatched, so let's not do that. The white knight now is ready to continue. Does he know where? Does he have ruins 1 to 5? No, not at all. Can this place pop goblins? No, not at all. So I think what we're going to do for the white knight is we are going to go to ruins 1. We're going to move ruins 1. And we're going to search 3 times. And I think that between these 3 guys, we don't have to hide yet. And finally, who is finally 1? Is 20, the elf. Well, we're going to use our extra hide. We are going to move to the smith. And I think we're going to search twice in hopes of maybe we can cheese the smith there effectively. I don't have it written he can't do bows. I probably would in the future, maybe indicate he can't do a bow, but so be it. Whatevs. It just doesn't make thematic sense for him to be bowing. Maybe we can have a lost elven bow maker hide somewhere. In any case, I think everybody has written a 20. I think now we adjudicate this 20. It's a 2, so serpents and demons again. But keep in mind, the demon is stuck with us, so he ain't getting out. Let's draw the 4 chips. And the dwarf is first. So the dwarf is going to hide. I think he hides once, which he does. Now he locates 3 times. 3 times he's locating. Okay. Why does he locate 3 times? Because there's a lot of stuff to find there. 1 choice. He's going to locate. So, bam, he is done. So the smith is going to come off the board because he is no longer a quest. Let's fix this here. So the dwarf finds the altar. Bam, that's cool. He finds the smith. What does the smith do? 1 VP and 1 weapon enhancement. So I am going to take that weapon enhancement for sure. I'm going to take it here. I am going to do this. So what I'm going to do is maybe peace pack for giggles. Let's see. Let's take a sun. Oops. Take a sun 3 square like that. We will flip it over like that. Let's go here. Sorry, you have to watch me butts with chits. That's a little silly. You can't go any smaller? Oh my god, you're kidding me. Well, that is terrible. Okay, we're not going to do that. Instead, what we're going to do is take this chit. A little shitty, but... And this chit. How can we not scale that down anymore? That almost depresses me a little bit. We're going to cover the 4 with a 3. There you go. You are now an H3. And maybe that's attached. Yes, it is. You're now an H3. So there you go. There's our weapon enchantment. So when the axe is ready, it's an H as opposed to an H2. And what we really need is number chits, quite obviously. So the Dwarven Smith has been fixed. It's adjudicated. It is done. But that was only our first of the 3 searches. So now we're going to loot the altar. Second search is a 2. The altar does have some stuff on it. So we're going to take the 4th in the pile. That's the 2nd treasure. Oh, the moldy skeleton. Immediately reveal and roll for curse. Okay. Okay. And then put the treasures. So where's the moldy skeleton? This is actually sort of awesome for... So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these... These come off. These go on. So this can actually just be discarded because we've already got it. But we got to roll for a curse right now. So this is the second loot was this. So what's the curse? Ooh, this could be bad. Dwarf don't like no curse. 3. Wither. Well, target cannot have any effort asterisks. Oof. That is, honest to God, the worst possible thing ever for the dwarf. Oh my god! Oh my lord, that is a ball buster right there. That is a oof. Wow. So that was his second loot. This is his... I don't even think... I mean, so what we're going to have to do... Okay, so I do see what we're going to have to do. So we have to roll anyway. 6. He has 1, 2, 3. There's 3 things in that pile still, so he can actually take the third thing in that pile. It is the Glimmering Ring, 1 spell. We're just going to keep it there. I don't think anything appears because it's Serpents and Demons. They're all gone. So the Dwarf is done. That was very eventful. He is screwed. So he's going to have to rest just to get his whatchamacallit back. And then we have to figure out how to get to the chapel because that's it. That's all we can do. So he's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days later. The Dwarf is going to be able to get to the chapel. So that'll take him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Literally, he will be day 26 by the time he's playing again, effectively. Wow. He will get to redraw. He got Ghost Hunter for his. That's crappy on him too. The only okay. I mean, he almost might be better. So what I'm thinking is, so he will. So let me think about this. So he just scored 3 points in the past. So he scored Navigator here. He scored the Smith. He scored a Bat Bounty, right? So he Bat Bountied and he Smith. So that's going to be 3 more points. He's going to have 9.5 points. So for 9.5 points, he theoretically might be better off walking off the board with the Wither Curse. Just leaving it done and just saying, I am done. I'm going to literally sit out the last week because there is no possible way I'm getting a better score than this, and I might die on the way back to the order because it's going to take him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days to get back. And then when he finally does get back, he will have like 2 or 3 days to do something. And those 2 or 3 days are going to be maybe be able to pull off the rescue. Maybe be able to do a big game, but I don't know if that's the case. You know, you might get lucky. So the question is, do you fight? Like, even getting out of here, if a bat jumps him, he is done. So that's something to think about. Okay. The White Knight is next. So what the White Knight is going to do is move into the ruins and search. He is being a little bit brazen about it because of his buddies here, his 2 buddies that he has. He's going to search 3 times. That's 1. That's 2. That doesn't help, though. He needs a 3, 2, or a 1. He fails all 3 times. Does anything appear with serpents and demons? And the answer is no. Nothing appears there. So the White Knight is done. So the Magician is hiding and searching, and he is readying this guy for control bats. It won't matter because there ain't no bats, but that's what he's doing. So he's going to hide first. He does. He searches. How many times? 4 times. How does he search 4 times? That is not a possible thing. He searches 3 times. And then there you go. So let me do his 3 searches. He's looking for a 4 or a 1 here. He gets a 4 on the first one. So he pops the cairn. So cairn popped. he has find the cairn. So he scores that and gets a point. Done. Okay. So he pops the cairn. And that is indeed his first loot. So he gets 2 more. And he's going to loot the cairn, I think. So he does have to fatigue each time he does so. He's going to fatigue this one. Six, I think. Yep, there's only 5 in it. We'll fatigue again. Would love to see him get a treasure, but he doesn't. And those are his 3 loots, his 3 searches. And now he's ready the spell, the spell, which he doesn't fatigue at the end of the day if that's the case. Serpents and demons come up, and there are no serpents and demons, and the magician is done. The elf hides. He fails. He walks up there. He's going to do a searchy bit. 2 searches. He will only be able to find the cairn. He doesn't. 2 is not sufficient. He now locates the cairn. So the elf is located. Not the cairn. The altar. So the elf has located the altar. So, man. Let me adjust the scores because of the dwarf's predicament. I feel the need to adjust scores here. So the dwarf has 6 points in cards. Let's take a look. His prowess is 23. That is going to get him second place, so he has a point. His gold is 15. That puts him in second place for gold. He has 1 gray treasure. I think that puts him in a tie for first with gray treasures. Yes, so let me flip around there. That's going to score him 6, 7, 8, 9.5 points. So that is his final score. If he quits today and no one else scores, he wins the game. If he walks back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On day 26, he will get the quest. He will do the order thing. He will and honestly, oh my goodness, if he walks out, okay, I think I know what he's doing. I think he is going to be done. And this is weird, and I don't know if I feel crappy about it or ashamed of. I don't know what you want to call it. Those are the guard. He's friendly with the guard. So if he moves to the guardhouse, trades, sells, he can't sell his starting equipment, but he could sell 15, 19, 27, 41 bucks worth of crap. He then takes the lead in gold. That'll give him another point, knock the white knight down to 7 points. He'll have 10.5, giving him. So he's going to move to the guardhouse. He's going to execute a trade with the guard. He's going to move away then. Actually, he needs to rest first because he can't actually even move right now in his predicament because he didn't have a move chit. And he can't carry any of this shit. So he has to rest. That'll bring this all the way back, which I believe he can do. Yeah, he's. I believe he can rest this one. It says wounded chits can be converted to fatigue, but fatigue chits can't be activated. But you don't fatigue this chit. It just goes straight back in. So he rests. He's going to pull that in. He's going to move to the guard. sell the farm, and walk off the. And that's going to cement his score, and he's going to be done. Minus other people can take over his, win the categories and so on. So the White Knight did not find what he wanted to find. So we're going to search and be done. I think you sort of have to. Search there. Elf's going to locate at the altar. He's going to actually do search. He's going to search. And the funny part is the elf can, although I hate to say it, we are not reading runes here. I don't think that is a good. I don't think that's a good use of your time, elf. I think you don't want to get jacked up. And then the magician found the cairn, so that's good. He has gift exchange. Exchange. So he, where does he go? Magician, locate cairn. He now has gift exchange, which is give a treasure to your boys. So the whatchamacalls, probably the rogues, because he's friendly with them. Having said that, I think he's going to loot the damn cairn. Hide, but the problem with looting the cairn. Oops! Search. XA 7. Did we? I think we fatigued the wrong guy. So that was not ideal. We fatigued the elf. So sorry, elf. That ain't you. You are good. You need to fatigue 2 chits, my friend. 2 asterisks. We will fatigue that one and that one. And we might fatigue a couple of the magic asterisks as well. But we will search the cairn, 3 times. So we had to fatigue. Oh, we had to find it first. So this time we will have to fatigue 3. So I do have. I don't love that, but I don't love it. I really don't. So we're going to. How about this? We're going to rest once. I need that type 7. I'm most afraid of the bats, frankly. So if we rest once and search twice, we will be okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All good. Oops, and I did a bunch of crap with his scoreboard up. That's my fault. Let's quickly figure out does anybody else have any scores? Well, I'm here then. So yes, in the scoreboard. So all I did was write moves. The White Knight has 5 points. So I suppose this matters. So right now he has 9 points. Sorry. I got thinking about everybody's move and screwed up. I don't mean to be a dummy, but I am sometimes. The elf still has 4 points, and I think that's all 5.5, and I think that's all he has. The magician has 5 cards and 3 more. He has 8 points. So right now, with the exception of the elf, super close. This does make the dwarf strategy of walking off the board a little less likely to win because, man, everybody is right behind him. But he is going to, in theory, steal a point from the White Knight. So I think we're still going to do it because the chance of him getting back, I feel, is super low. So we're getting off the board. Everyone else is sort of searching their current spot for whatever it is they need to find. So let's do it. Let's get this last day. There's purple magic everywhere. This monster is going to come off the board. 5. So we got some spider action going at the cairn. This monster also comes off just because we do that. Ooh, dragons. So that also is going to take the company off the board. So company, dragons, done. Smith can be deleted. The magician's going to go first, and we got all that crap. So, okay, magician is first. Did he hide? I hope he did. He did hide, so he's going to hide first. It's not quite the... he fails, which sucks. He is going to then rest once. He's going to search twice. So, good to know. So he doesn't have to pick this, by the way, until he does it. So this is a good thing to note, right? So we know we're going to get Cairn. We know we're going to get this. This guy's coming back. So we know that's the case. That's good to know for a couple reasons. But the first is we are going to still search once. So we are going to fatigue our move. We get the fourth treasure on the box there, so 4. Ancient Telescope is a little underwhelming, but there it is. We fatigue this move, shit. The reason is, so we know bats aren't coming. So that's the main thing. Gonna search again. I'm gonna fatigue the type 7 and pull that back. I'm going to search, draw again. 2. That one's good. That's a good one. 2. What do we get? Ointment of Bite. How's the Ointment of Bite the second card in that deck? Man, that sucks. Okay. Oh, because the Cairn's probably all light treasures but 1. So yeah, well, okay. Well, yes, sure. So we got our stuff. We searched our thing twice. We are going to alert this guy. And the Cairn pops, and this dude comes out. Rawr! We don't have big game anymore, so that's sort of annoying that we got rid of that, but here we are. We might be able to kill that, but we're not hidden, so it's a little bit dicier than it would have been. The White Knight is going to go. The White Knight is going to search 4 times, trying to get a 3 or less. That is a shitty chance to get a 3 or less. That is a 3, so he finds runes 1 to 5. And he is done. Does anything come? No, because nothing's there. Done. The Dwarf is going to move. I hate to do this because I feel almost cheap taking a guy out of the game. 22, as I said. 26, yeah, so 22, 26, and 15 is $41. He sells to the guard for 41. Done. And then he moves out to there. And he is done. So we'll figure that out here in a minute. It is the elf's turn. The elf is hiding once, which he gets a +1 to this, so he fails his hide. And he's going to search 4 times at the altar. So the altar has a couple things. Oh, and it has a ton of shit left actually now, but he can't carry much of it. So keep that in mind. 4. So 1, 2, 3 gets the top treasure out of the pile. Girdle of Energy. Sure, what the hell? I mean, I'm going to put it in the active, even though it's not active yet. Just because it's sort of pointless. So that's his first loot. Second loot. 1, he gets the top item in the pile, which is going to suck because he actually can't carry the heavy shield. So he just abandons the heavy shield in the clearing. So that's there. So that's his second loot. Here's his third loot. Oh my lord. Any other time, this would be glorious frickin' loot rolls. So he drops that in. This is his fourth loot. 3. I don't mind that, I think. 1. Is there anything left? There's 1 frickin' card. And he misses it. Okay. There you go. The altar might be a little tapped out. The elf is done. I don't think anything appears because this guy's blocked and on top of him. And the scholar is still with our buddy. So I will shrink him a tiny bit. Okay, and done. So we got 1 fight to fight. That is the magician with this dude here. So let's figure out what's what. So if we look at our hireling cannot do the damage to kill the spider. He can undercut the spider, but he can only do heavy damage instead of tremendous. Our options are, on the other hand, the spider cannot auto hit him. On the other hand, if the spider does hit him, he's dead because he's just going to take medium damage and die, but not on the first round. Well, I shouldn't say that. Yes, in the first round, because the guy still can't kill him. But if we do poison, so our options are take him off our sheet and cast, say, poison. That would make him a heavy 3. And he would then be able to hit him. But he cannot guarantee a hit. He would have to line up. But if he's heavy 3-star and he hits ahead of time, he kills that dude. So that is a winner. Because neither of them can hit the other without lining up. He's going to always go first. It's simply a matter of how much do we, have to fake fatigue to do it. The other thing to do is you can obviously cast transform. So let's see what the transform options are. This is the shitty one because it kills both of them. Like Eagle is an instant death for everybody. Lion is not great. I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to lure this guy off to here. So we are luring. So he is there. So we're going to play right there. No one. So this is the ready. This is ready. This is time 0. We can cast if we need to later. What we are going to cast, though, is I think we're going to cast poison. No one's on our sheet, so this doesn't have to beat any times. And we're going to do 8 gray. That's poison right there. And now we're casting it on him. So he is an M** attack. So it is a medium, heavy, tremendous attack. And there you go. That's our round. And now let's see how this guy does against the giant spider. 1. So he lines up. Now, normally, that would be an issue because we wouldn't be able to kill him. Oh, he hasn't flipped, by the way. Now, normally that's an issue because we don't line up. We don't do enough damage to kill him, but now he's an M** because of poison. So it's tremendous damage. He hits the spider, kills it, and we are done. For 2 fatigue. And we get 6 points on our prowess. 10. He might be able to sneak a point away from the second place guy. But I think that's it. I don't think anybody else has a fight. No one else has a fight. Let's see. Let's see where this all ends up here. So the one change made is our dwarf now has 2 points in gold. That switches. The white knight has a single point in gold. So he is actually going to score 10.5, I believe. That's 9, 10.5. And the white knight now has a score of 8. And the dwarf will leave the board. He will leave the board like that. He will get 10-ish and a half points, probably. Maybe not if someone else can beat him on gold or get another great treasure and so on. So we'll keep his score on. But he will not actually be doing any more moves aside from day 22 to get off to retire and get off the board. And actually, I'm sorry, he turns his. He actually gets 5 more bucks because he's going to turn in his bat here at the dwelling. So that's going to give him 61 bucks. So what that's going to do is make him that much harder to steal the gold off of. The White Knight is still going to continue his plan, I think. The elf, I mean, he got stuff from the altar, but now he's sort of stuck because he can't. I mean, he's not going to. It's unlikely that he gets that last treasure out of there. So I think now he makes the slow crawl back to try to get to the circus and turn that in. In the meantime, if he can draw a tremendous giant or a troll here, that'd be great. Magician does locate the altar. Is that worth it for him to spend the couple days, or do you just get out of Dodge and run back? You could totally run back. You could turn in gift exchange. You could burn those other 2 quests and then see what your last week looks like effectively. I do think I should say this though. We have to change. I do see. There's one other error in the school. So the magician has 2 points for certain right now, and the elf just has 1 point for spells. So the elf's at 5, and the magician is at 7, 8.5. So there you go. That is where we are at. That is super cool and exciting a little bit. I'm actually just going to take the dwarf off right now because his next move is going to be to get out of Dodge. So I'm not even going to bother with it next week. And we will see if we can. We'll see who wins. We'll see what this last week looks like. It's going to be actually quite the race, I think, between the White Knight and the Magician to beat what the dwarf has set. And that's 2 hours. I think that's it. I think I thank everybody for joining me, and very exciting. I'd like this last week is going to be awesome. So thanks everybody. We'll see you. We'll have this post in a couple days, and then the last week, a day or so after that. Bye-bye.